Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Aditi. I am a leadership and branding coach, and today I want to share with you a very personal story of when I had $11 in my account in May to closing out November the same year with $11,000 in sales in my business. So you may hear lots of stories online about people making a lot of money and going through things and all that kind of stuff. One thing that I find that people really enjoy about what I share is I keep it very real. And, I really talk about my journey from the really, really hard stuff to the big wins as well, to really kind of show you the realistic journey of kind of what happens and what you can expect to go through, or just to hear another person's story and perspective, which kind of helps when you're kind of going through the struggle yourself. So for me, I had shared maybe a few months ago about how I had hit a level of rock bottom in May. And, this year, I feel like every year I hit some level of rock bottom, but this year it was just one of the really, really lowest points that I had hit. And I literally had $11 in my account, and that day was a devastating day for me. I remember that I had nowhere to go. I had no money to even stay somewhere that night. It was a hot mess, okay? And it was nothing that I felt comfortable talking about with anyone or sharing with anyone or talking about, because I just felt so much shame and embarrassment and humiliation. And I just felt like a plain failure. I just felt like a failure. I was just like, what the hell is going on, Aditi? I thought you had this figured out. It's my third year in business and you have $11 in your account. Like, what the F is going on? And, I was just going through a lot of shifts and transitions, and I just felt broken and lost and confused and scared. And at the end of the day, when I really looked at my situation, I took ownership of the fact that I knew I'm in this space because of myself. I knew that there could have been different things that I did, and I could have gone different routes and et cetera, et cetera. But in that moment, it was kind of like a do or die. Like, I needed to figure something out, because it's like, I have $11. Like, I wasn't going to ask family for money because I knew a lecture was going to come. I didn't want to talk to any of my friends or anyone that knew me, because I don't know, because last time I had kind of went in that direction. And then I started getting lectures about how I should get a job and all that kind of stuff. And my body knows that, getting into that is just not going to work for me. It's like, this is my path and I need to figure something out. So I just told myself, I don't care. I'm not asking anybody for money. I'm not doing this. And this money is going to be made from my business, period. And in that moment, I had no idea how it was going to happen, but I just had kind of, what you can call a come to Jesus moment. I'm like starting to get emotional now. But basically, I prayed to God and I was like, hey, I know that I haven't been showing up in the way that you've wanted me to. I take full ownership and blame for that. But now I'm ready. I was like, what can I do? I'm at my wit's end. I have nothing. I have nowhere to go. I have nothing. I felt so stripped of everything in my life. I felt like I had no one to turn to, no one to talk to. And I was like, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? And I remember I took that $11 and I went to this cafe in Venice Beach or Santa Monica, one of those areas. And I got myself a sandwich so I could use the Wi-Fi in that cafe to work. Because I was like, all right, well, you're going to have to work or do something, because this is just not, what are you going to do? Right? And I remember I didn't even have enough money to get a drink. I didn't have enough money to get a sandwich and a drink. And I was like, Aditi, are you going to use your last $11 on buying a sandwich? Is this the best use of your money right now? But at that point, that's just what felt right. I was just like, I need to work. I need to get Wi-Fi. I need to get in a place with Wi-Fi. And I remember parking my car, and, I totally got a ticket that day for like $65 because I didn't fill the meter in time. So like that, it was just one of those days where everything was just a hot mess. Okay. And so I then, I got to work. I prayed. I was like, you tell me what to do, because I'm all ears. I will do whatever you tell me to do, God. I have nothing now, and my service is to you at this point. And then I remember getting the download that, hey, Get Seen, Get Paid is your marketing course. Why don't you apply your own tools? And I was like, okay, this is very funny. It's kind of like, do you really believe that your marketing stuff works? Do you really believe that you have value here? And I was like, well, what better an opportunity than to prove my own strategies right and get to work? And so that day I got to work, and one by one, I took every little step that I needed to take to start building whatever it was that I did. So I started taking my own advice. I was like, okay, get seen, get paid. I need to get seen so I can get paid. So people need to know who I am. People need to know what I offer and how I can help them in their lives, how I can help them solve a problem. And at that point, I remember I had opened up my course as well. So, and I remember I didn't even have enough money for my email marketing software. So I couldn't even send out emails to promote my course or to promote anything, to sell anything. I literally was at the devices of whatever was available to me for free. So I used Facebook. I used just normal personal emails. I used Facebook Messenger. I used anything and everything that was free and available to me. And that day, I ended up getting a payment from a client early. So I was able to kind of figure out where I was staying and what was happening. And then from that moment onwards, things just slowly started falling into place. But it was like I was on my knees. And I feel like those moments are really the moments where you get to see what you're really made of. And I feel like that moment for me was so big, because it was like in that moment I could have caved in. I could have jumped off a bridge. I could have just been like, I'm over it. I could have, moved back into my parents' house. Like there were just so many options for me, but I was just like, no, I will not. I know I'm worth more than this. My bank account is not worthy. My bank account does not determine my worth. Where I'm living does not determine my worth. What I'm doing right now does not determine my worth. And I know that I have a gift. I know that I can help people. I know that I have value to offer in this world. But in a way, I had to kind of prove it to myself. So I remember I opened up my course, and I had done a trial round, and I just promoted it everywhere, all over the place. And I ended up getting like 30 people that signed up, and it was like no email marketing, none of that. I really just used whatever resources were available to me. And it was cool because it really allowed me to see how my own principles and my own strategies do work, because then it helped me believe in my product more. I was like, hey, I'm selling a course with no email marketing software. I'm only using what I have in front of me. I'm only using the people that I'm connected to, and that's it. And over that time, that ended up being my biggest course launch that I've ever had for Get Seen, Get Paid. It was around close to $8,000. The most I had made before was $3,000. So in those moments of desperation, I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to show up and serve. Because I was so nervous, I had so much anxiety, I had so much depression, and I was just like, what can I do? What can I offer? All of my gifts are in my mind. So if I can bring my gifts to the front and serve, then the people who are meant to come are going to come. The people who I'm meant to serve are going to show up. All I need to do is use the gifts that God gave me. And I did. And I served my butt off those few weeks. And towards the end of that month, I remember my phone was about to get cut off that same night. Like midnight, my phone was about to be suspended. And I just had to breathe through it and be like, look, it is what it is. Just got to keep taking one step forward, progress over perfection. Like I was literally preaching everything I teach my clients to myself. And I remember that night, I ended up having $2,000 or $3,000 in my account by the end of the night because I had showed up and I delivered. I taught a class and people loved it. People were like, this is amazing, Aditi. I want to sign up for your course. And I was like, wow. I was just in awe and I was crying and I was just like, oh my God. And I truly believe that everything happens for a reason. And although in those moments, I hated every moment of it and I wanted to die, I was just like, this is just too much. Like, I don't know a lot of people who can really handle that level of stress, you know? And I did it. I conquered, I persevered, and I moved through it. And I am so proud of myself because, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, I was in my 3rd year of business and it's just like, I was just still having all of these doubts and all of these fears and all of these insecurities, and I just wasn't able to push through it. But in that moment, I literally had nothing. And in that moment is how I learned how to be resourceful and how I learned how to use my gifts to serve. And having that $2,000 in my account a few weeks later that night, I was able to pay my phone bill. I took my friend out for dinner. I was like, oh my God, let's go eat some amazing food. And, you know, cause I didn't have any money. So I was pretty much eating like, I don't know what I was eating at that time, but I was eating whatever was available to me and whatever was super cheap, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, let's go have an exotic meal and let's enjoy the night. And I paid my phone bill. It was like already 2 months past due. So it was like, I think I owed like $300 on it. I paid everything off. And I was like, okay. And over that time, that month and a half, my place got taken care of. Like God literally took care of everything, but I had to start showing up for myself. And it was just such a crazy moment for me because it was a truly, truly rock bottom moment for me. And since then, I've been applying what I've been teaching myself, which is Get Seen, Get Paid. And that is my course, GetSeenGetPaid.com. I literally used my own principles and my own teachings to kind of turn the situation around. And in November, this past month, and I ended up closing $11,000 in sales. Like, what? What just happened here? Ended up being my biggest month. And that has its own story, but in a nutshell, it was basically, you know, I had been being guided to start doing life and leadership coaching and helping women with their confidence and being courageous and being unstoppable. And I had been waiting on something for a while. I don't know what I was waiting for, but at some point I decided to take that leap of faith and I did it. And I ended up enrolling 8 women to coach for 4 weeks. And at the end of the 4 weeks, I invited them to work with me deeper. And, you know, at that point I was so scared, but I was giving myself a chance. I was like, hey, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Just give it a shot. And I did. And I ended up closing out my biggest month of the year this November. You guys, starting with $11 in my account in May, to not having a place to stay that night, not having money for food, being completely broken, hopeless, and feeling like a piece of crap, to using my own internal gifts, my own internal courage, my own internal everything to really step out and shine over 6 months of time. So I wanted to share this story. It's very, very personal. And, you know, sometimes I feel uncomfortable sharing such personal stuff, but I know there's someone out there who needs to hear this. Because to be able to go from $11 to $11,000 in 6 months, that's incredible. Like I've blown my own mind away. Like I'm just like, wait, what? What just happened? Right? And I'm just like, I'm so proud of myself. And I hope that this can inspire you to show you what kind of change and transformation can happen from really just tuning into yourself deeper. From trusting yourself, from trusting the bigger vision that life has for you, from trusting your intuition and your gut, and taking action, taking those scary steps to do those things that your heart has been calling you to do. My heart and my soul has been calling me to do this, but I've been too scared. And I know that I've been my own block. I've been my own imposter. So now it's become my mission to help people beat their own imposter syndrome and really move into serving with the gifts that they have. You don't need all the fancy systems, the funnels and the email marketing and this and that. Yes, it's important to have as you're building it up, but you don't need it to start. And in those moments, it reminded me of what's possible. And it showed me that, hey, if my clients are complaining that they don't have this, they don't have that, they don't have this, I'm like, yo, you don't need anything, because look what I just did. Look what I just did. If I can do it, you can do it too. And I want to share that message with everybody. We often feel blocked by what we need to have or what we don't have or how much money we need or don't have. I had no money, you guys. I had $11. All I had was the internet, the beautiful, beautiful internet, which I'm so blessed and grateful for, because without the internet, I wouldn't have been able to achieve these things. The power of just regular email, the power of connection. I had been building relationships with people, and I went and nurtured them. And that's all it takes. So if you guys are inspired by the story, if you have a business, you want to step into it, you want to learn how to market yourself, you want to learn how to get seen and get paid, come join me. Come join my Star Marketing Academy, which is a monthly program. You can cancel anytime. There's no commitment. You can sign up at aditticreative.com/SMA. Or if you want to check out my course, Get Seen, Get Paid, head over to getseengetpaid.com. Now, my clients have been using the same strategies that I have been implementing to do the same things for them. My clients have signed their first client ever. My clients have started a membership site that's bringing them in $200+ a month recurring. My clients have made more money this year than they've ever made in other years, because they've been using the strategies to get seen. And that's exactly what I did to get from that $11 to that $11,000. So I hope this inspires you, and I hope this message reaches the people that it's meant to reach. And if you don't have a business, or if you don't need marketing and all that other kind of stuff, I've now started doing life and leadership coaching to really help women step into their true essence, to their confidence, and really stop doubting themselves so much, because it was the self-doubt that really held me back. Because I doubted myself so much, I didn't go for those things. I didn't take a chance on myself. I didn't do the scary stuff. So if you need help with kind of those mental shifts and that mindset stuff, send me a message, because I have started a new leadership coaching program, which is going to help you to remove and reduce that self-doubt so you can really start living the life that you want. I am so grateful and excited. I have now a place booked and I know what I'm doing for the next couple months. Whereas last year, I had no idea not last year, just months ago this year, I had no idea where I was going to stay or what I was going to do. And now I feel so blessed to be able to serve with my gifts and not be stuck in a job that I hate, and actually do something I love. But the only thing that was blocking me from that was me. I doubted myself so much. And I hope that in 2019, you take this opportunity to be able to bust through those blocks, because you deserve to live an amazing life. You deserve to live an abundant life. And it's available to all of us. I truly believe it's available to all of us. And let me show you the stuff that I've done to be able to come here. Because not only have I done it for myself, I've been helping my clients achieve similar results for themselves as well. So the more you can get out of your way, the more you can create the life that really, really lights you up, truly lights you up. And not that fluffy stuff. Oh, be happy, love and light, all this other stuff. No. Dealing with your shit and working through your insecurities and showing up through all of it. That's what matters, and that's what it really takes. I love you guys so much. Thank you for holding the space for me to share this very personal and vulnerable story. Again, if you're not ready to invest, you can sign up at marketingwithaditi.com. I do free marketing trainings. To sign up for my marketing academy, head over to aditticreative.com/SMA. If you want leadership or life coaching, hit me up for that. Either way, I'm here for you. watch my videos. I'll be sharing more inspiration to how to really remove and move past self-doubt, and have a wonderful holiday. All right. Bye, guys.